And here we are at the IBMA. We found Lachlan Davidson from the Davidson Brothers. Checked them out last night at the Lincoln Theater, and it was amazing. You got from Australia.
Yeah.
How long have you guys been playing?
We started playing bluegrass back in probably '94. We were just kids. We started the fiddle age 6 and 7, and we came on a family trip in '97 here and went to a bunch of festivals, IBMA including, up in Louisville, Kentucky. And got to see Jim and Jesse and Ricky Skaggs and the Country Gentlemen. So it was a pretty memorable point in our life. We met Earl Scruggs in a lift, and Ralph Stanley and Grandpa Jones and old Opry members and stuff that aren't with us anymore, Benny Martin. And yeah, it was just a huge impact for us as young kids, already playing the violin. So we did our first CDs shortly after that.
So what happened? You came home from the trip, and what did you guys just buy all their tapes or albums back then?
Yeah, it was really hard to get bluegrass music back home, because they didn't ship a lot of the stuff over there. So you'd meet the bluegrass pickers at the couple of festivals we had at the time, and they'd run off a tape so you could take a copy, and sometimes you didn't know who it was you're listening to. And then when we come back, a lot of times we didn't know what our heroes looked like because we only had just the cassette, and we knew who they were and what they sounded like. But then my brother ended up in a jam with John Hartford, and he had no idea who it was when he was sitting next to him. And everybody still says, hey, you know who that is. So, yeah, it was a pretty great experience at a young age. And, yeah, we just sort of did a lot of busking when we were younger to pay for our instruments, and ended up getting booked for parties, and then started doing blackboard stages. And,
so once you started with bluegrass, did you stay strictly bluegrass, or were you also playing other styles of music?
Well, we grew up on a lot of Celtic music. Our parents met playing the bagpipes. So my dad's family, there was a lot of Scottish music at home, and all the Scottish relatives, we'd go and catch up. We'd play accordions and fiddles and pianos. And then Mum's side was into country music, so that's pretty much bluegrass. And so we played Celtic music first. We knew a lot of the tunes, and the similar style transposed pretty easily to old time and bluegrass. And we do a lot of country festivals back home, so mainly bluegrass, but country influence and Celtic.
So you've been playing a long time back home. I assume you're somewhat popular back there.
We've built a strong following. We keep busy. We probably play maybe 70 shows a year or so. Mostly every week we're playing somewhere.
And how long have you been playing here now?
We've been coming to the States. We first showcased in 2004, and yeah, we've done a few tours over here.
So you come over for IBMA, maybe do a quick little tour and then head home?
Yeah, we try to fit a few things in. It's hard to just balance the travel costs and everything. And we get a lot of work in Australia still, and it's a big country to travel across. So, yeah, it's hard to get to the next gig in time sometimes.
What's the difference between the audiences from your perspective?
Sometimes I feel like American audiences are more supportive and enthusiastic and willing to let go. Australian audiences, they vary across the country.
Is that just bluegrass, or just in general with anything?
Well, I think here they've got a firm understanding on what bluegrass is. A lot of early years for us, we had to kind of teach people what bluegrass was back home. But we do a lot of folk festivals and trying to get into the alternative things like barbecue and beer festivals, so playing in front of guys our age, and yeah, just have fun with it.
Your sound is very awesome. It's unique. It's definitely bluegrass, and it's definitely fun. It's great fun watching you guys play. So you have a CD here, I see.
Yeah.
And how can people get this?
This is our latest record. We recorded in Nashville last year.
Lift it up higher. There you go. In Nashville last year?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
This is available physical copies through our website, davidsonbrothersband.com. Also, it's on Spotify and other digital platforms. It's won us a couple of awards back home, the Australian Country Music Awards. We won Bluegrass Recording of the Year and Instrumental of the Year.
Nice.
So they call that the Golden Guitar Awards. It's been going for about 40 years. And we wrote a bunch of the songs on here. We try to do original stuff. And
Was your set last night, a lot of that out in the CD?
yeah, we played a bunch of this stuff last night, and most of our stuff we perform live is original stuff. Yeah.
And you have another CD coming out soon?
We're planning on it. We're trying to get together with a bunch of different acts back home and get them to step in with our bluegrass lineup and do a bit of a Davidson Brothers and Friends with different people we've met along the way before it's too late, you know.
Nice. So how can people find you, though? I guess look on YouTube to see some of what you do, and what's the website and Facebook?
DavidsonBrothersBand.com is our website. We're on all the Facebook and social media platforms. You can find us there. If you just Google Davidson Brothers, look for the ones in Australia, not West Virginia. There's a band there with slightly different spelling that plays Southern rock, so...
Oh, yeah, that's not you.
Yeah, just look for the red hair and you'll know it's us.
Well, it was a lot of fun last night at the Lincoln Theater. There was a lot of people who did not know any idea of who you guys were. And I think the crowds just got bigger throughout the night. Everyone stayed. No one was walking out, and people were having fun. It was exciting. There was a lot of energy, and thanks a lot. We're going to look for you, and if we're ever visiting Australia, anybody, we'll look for you there too.
Yeah, thanks, Scott.
All right,
Cheers.
take it easy.